Great. I'm Donna Cooper, and I'm with Children First, and I want to thank Somerset Academy for having us here today. This is an amazing early childhood center that has a pre-K program, infant toddler program, behavioral health, art, science, everything little kids need to be successful. And it has 25 kids that can't be here today because they don't have their staff. And today we're going to hear from providers and parents about the crisis in childcare. But just to be clear, 1,600 childcare programs have closed because of the impact of COVID on wages and the fact that state is not paying enough to reimburse childcare providers so they can recruit and keep great staff. And across the state, we know at least 32,000 children would be getting great early learning services and succeed in going to school if the state stepped to the plate and did what they need to do and invest in children. So I want to start by introducing Tiffany, whose program we're at today at Somerset Academy, to talk about the impact of the underfunding of childcare on this great program. Thank you, Tiffany. This is an amazing,
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you again for being here. Good morning. My name is Tiffany Chavous. I am a member of the Racial Equity Early Childhood Provider Council and the director of Somerset Academy, located at 719 West Girard Avenue. Between the age of birth to 5, a child's brain develops faster than at any other time. Providing a high-quality childcare program is critical for our youngest population to be prepared socially, emotionally, but more importantly, academically. If we are going to stop gun violence, addiction, generational poverty, it begins now. Quality is about making sure that our children, our parents, our teachers, and the community are creating an environment for children to be successful. When our classrooms are closed due to a teacher shortage, it not only impacts the 25 children that I could have in my building, it impacts our community and our families. Although we have space for 25 children, our classrooms are closed because we need high quality staff to support the children and their families. Somerset has a large special needs population. Many people come here because of the work we do with the special needs population, but we don't have the teachers. So what did Somerset do? We created a room for sensory. We created a science center. We brought on behavioral specialists because there was such a grave need. It is essential for our teachers to have the skills, preparation, and ability to support what is needed. That cannot happen if we do not have the compensation required to offer the best to address trauma, violence, poverty, diversity, academics, and so much more. The children in this community, North Philadelphia, the inner city, deserve a quality education. Our children deserve the same quality of care that is afforded to Elkins Park, Montgomery counties, outside of the city. We need that same quality of care here. Unfortunately, this is not the case, but it should be. We need to provide teachers with a higher rate of pay to retain quality staff and grow our program. We need to provide teachers with a higher rate of pay for our children to have consistency. Having more teachers allows more children to be educated. It allows parents to go to work. Having affordable, quality childcare with staff who are adequately paid prevents high turnover and forcing parents to make a very challenging decision. Do I go to work or do I stay home and care for my child? No one should have to make that decision. We are transforming lives at Somerset Academy, and we demand that we get what is needed for our students, our parents, and our staff. Thank you so much for being here today.
It was amazing, Tiffany. Yes. Yeah.
Good morning. My name is Quanda Neely, and I am one of the teachers here at Somerset Academy Early Learning Center. I have been here for the last 4 years, one of the longest working teachers here. I have been here starting with the infants to the young toddlers, older toddlers, preschool, now working with pre-K with the Philly pre-K classrooms. And every now and then, my job as a teacher is just simply more than just teaching. It is simply do what it takes to get the job done. So sometimes I may have to step in a role as an administrator or an assistant teacher in somebody else's classroom. I may have to help out in the kitchen because nowadays with COVID going on and other things going on, there's a lot of teachers that have to be out, not because they want to. And also there's shortage of teachers. So we're still looking to hire other teachers. So with that, that means we have to wear more than one hat. Mm-hmm. And so being a teacher, the importance of quality childhood education, here we stress that we are more than just a daycare, we are a school, we are educators. And so with that, we work hard to make sure that our children are, the bar for our children is set really high moving forward. And also that we work together as a team. So where they start from infants and to young toddlers, to older toddlers, to preschool, everybody's job is to help prepare them for the next step. So being a teacher is so important as for our children as well as for the families that we work with. The families that we serve is so important. We don't know sometimes what they deal with outside of here. So when they come in these doors, it is our job to not just draw them in, but to keep them here, to let them know that their children are safe, let them know that they can trust us with their children, and know that what we do with their children is going to help succeed them in the future.
Powell, and I'm a proud parent of a 5-year-old who attends Somerset Academy. My husband and I are preparing for his transition to kindergarten, and it truly has brought us present to the services of high quality childhood education, of early childhood education. And as he prepares and we prepare as parents, if it's not for high quality education, dedicated teachers and staff, then he would not be prepared to move to the next level. Prior to becoming a parent, I had the opportunity to work in the Philadelphia School District, and I've witnessed it firsthand as a disciplinarian, as a basketball coach, as an enrollment counselor, the sources and resources that our students are in need of and continuously will be in need of. But that starts in early childhood education. We are the foundation. Early childhood education is the foundation where students are being given the tools to learn and grow, but also be encouraged to learn and grow. And I've always wondered why students, once they've got to middle school, once they've gotten to high school, where is the love for learning and growing and wanting to come to school? It's because they didn't have that as a part of their foundation. And so now being a parent, it is just truly imperative and is just so present to me now as an educator in higher education that it starts as early childhood education. So we cannot just say, oh, the parents are going to do it. No, because we are a part of the village, and the school is a part of our village. And I know as parents, my husband and I are first-time parents, and if it wasn't for the village that we had, and we do have, we wouldn't be in this space where we feel comfortable saying that Savon, our baby, is going to kindergarten and he's ready for kindergarten. But it really starts with investing in our schools, investing in our teachers, because that is the investment in our future. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shineal Hunter. I'm the owner and director of Family Circle Academy. I'm also a member of the Racial Equity Early Childhood Provider Council. I'm a child care change maker, and I'm also the co-founder of Family Child Care Coalition. I'm saying all that to say that I'm a child care champion, and I believe that early child care is important and that every child needs to have a high quality education. I am also a 4th generational child care provider. So my great-grandmother, my mother, and my great-grandma, my mother, and now myself are child care providers that have owned and operated child care facilities. And what I have learned is that high high quality childcare is important because I want to make sure the teachers that I employ are able to provide for their families. You know, when you become a teacher, you have a passion for educating children, and you want to ensure that you're giving them the next steps to make sure that when they leave our facility and go to kindergarten, that they're prepared, right? But how can we do that when we have an industry that doesn't value the teachers that are actually doing the work, right? We're the workforce behind the workforce. And the thing that I have learned, it is hard as an educator when I come to my teacher and I say, I can't give you a raise because we don't have the money in the system, right? But that provider then tells me, I love what I do. I want to stay here. I want to work here, but I also have to provide for my family. So as a parent, I understand wanting to be able to provide for my family because I sometimes find myself in that same circumstance. Do I give myself a raise as the owner and director, or do I sacrifice my family to ensure that I maintain the quality staff that I need to keep my program going? So it's a constant dilemma, you know, as a parent and a provider, to how can I service my community? How can I stay true to my legacy and ensure that if I do tell my children to go into this industry, they'll be able to have a livable wage for their families, right? And then how do I maintain the same services for the staff that I want to make sure that they give their children and their families? So we need high quality teachers in the community to ensure that the children that are here are getting the best, so that when they do go to kindergarten in the public school system or whatever next steps the parents find for their children, that they are prepared. We can't do that if we don't have high quality teaching.
Can you stay there 1 second? Stop for a second.
Absolutely. Prior to COVID, my center employed 12 employees. We had over 65 children and over 30 families that we were servicing. My center is a center where families come and they stay. We don't just provide childcare. We're not babysitters. We provide human services. We provide workforce development. We're helping families get the mental health services that they need. After COVID, I'm down to 3 staff, including myself, and we have 10 to 15 children. I have a 2-floor facility, 5 classrooms, high quality. There's no way in the world that we don't have the children and providing the services to our community that's desperately needed, because we don't have sustainable income. Please give us the money. I do not want to leave this industry. I do not want to close down my center, but if we don't get the quality fundings that we need to have a livable wage and to be able to provide a sustainable wage to our employees, I'm closing.